Hi, so this is day one of our children's week. It's half term here. Chaos reigns. However, we're starting with two books about... Can you get the cover for Hilde, please?
Cover?
Out of the printer. Two books about monkeys, which are big draw in our family. So the first one, and I'm not doing very well with the lights on. The first one is called Nicko. Okay, can you? I'll call you when I need you. Okay? Because you haven't read this first one. We'll just stand over there then a minute, and that's it. So the first one is this lovely book called Nicko, and this is a true story of a monkey that finds a family to live with, and it's just beautiful. It has a Dr. Lyons in, no relation, I'm sad to say, but it's a lovely story. This and my older daughter... No, stop, please. Thank you. My older daughter read this, who's 8. We read it together. Some bits are a little sad, so he does get lost, and there are lots and lots of animals that are rescued and live with this family. It's a real family. It's Penny Hall who wrote it. It's a relation of hers, so it's a really special story. But he comes back, he's found a long time afterwards, which is just extraordinary. It's a beautiful story. It's funny and kind and loving and about sharing and joy and family and the power that animals can have in families, and the importance that pets can have, which I think is really important. It's a really super story. I'd absolutely encourage you to read it. And it's also, because it's based in Africa, so certainly from our Nottinghamshire home, it was a lovely, magical kind of trip. We learned a lot about the country, and we discussed lots about how different animals live in different parts of the world, and my children were interested that they still had dogs. They kind of think of all African animals being very exotic, and that if you had the opportunity to have a monkey, why would you have a dog? So it was really interesting from that perspective, and beautifully written, very heartfelt. And as I say, although at one point I was a bit nervous because the sad level was quite high, we came through. And we were able to, to cover that. And it's very honest, and well done to Penny, because I'm so glad she shared that story with us. Our second book, Florence, my lovely assistant, will be helping with. Shall I get you a chair?
Yeah.
Because we'd like to hear from you about... you will have met Florence before, who likes to help me with book reviews. So we're going to tell you about this extraordinarily lovely book. We've had to print off the cover because we got an e-copy. This is called Hey Hilde.
It's got a monkey.
It is about a monkey. Why is this monkey special?
Because...
What happens? We've lost you. You have to stay here. But what happens to Hilde?
Some meanies get him.
Some meanies take him, yes. And what do they make him do?
They make him do acts.
They make her do acts and be in photos with people, don't they? Even though she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
What happens to her at night time? Where does she sleep? Does she sleep in a lovely bed?
No, she sleeps in a little cage.
She sleeps in a cage that's too dark. So we were a bit sad, weren't we, reading about Hilde, because she's born in the jungle and has a lovely time in the jungle, and then she's taken by these meanies. But was it a really sad book, or did something happen that was good?
Something happened that was good.
What happened?
A little lady.
A lovely lady, yeah.
Had the key and let Hilde out.
And did she just let her out, or did she take her somewhere?
Take her somewhere.
Where to?
The jungle.
Yeah, to live wild in the jungle. And was Hilde the only monkey?
No.
Were there other monkeys there?
Yeah.
Wow! And how many animals were there that they were looking after? Nana and her friends were looking after?
Lots and lots.
Lots
and
and lots.
lots.
Hundreds, weren't there? Hundreds. So,
100.
not quite that many. So it's just gorgeous. The visuals are really special.
900.
Not quite that many. And what?
100.
Do you want to tell everyone what this bit was? At the back of the book, there's things to do, isn't there?
Yes.
And what did we have to do?
We had to find all the butterflies.
We had to find out that they're hidden in the book, aren't
Yes,
they?
but one of them isn't there.
We still can't find this one, can we?
No.
And the man who wrote it, Ross Hammond, is going to get an email about this butterfly, and I'm hoping he'll be able to tell us where it is, because we cannot find it, can we?
Yes, it's
We've
not
looked.
on any of them.
It's not on any of the pages. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Off you go. Mummy's just got to say a few words, so you need to go, please.
I need to on the computer.
You can go and sit on my computer. Oh, things I say. Yes. It's just lovely. It's very engaging. It doesn't shy away from the tricky bits about animal trafficking. It definitely made us think about when we see animals, when we're out and about, or not that we've been to a foreign country, but if we were to see that, thinking about whether that's something the animal's doing because they choose to. We did actually have a conversation about donkeys that you can ride on the beach. Do the donkeys want to do that, Mummy? And I thought, probably not. So it was really good. It really made us think. And I love it because it's a real story. So the illustrations are gorgeous. But then at the end of the book, as well as the activities to do, there's colouring in sheets and things. There's also pictures of the real Hilde and the real other all sorts of different monkeys and other animals. So that's just lovely because that took a story, in a picture book, and we read a lot of picture books, and made it something really different because a bit like with the Nicko one, it's a real story, this really happened. And I think that's such a powerful way to teach children about these really important issues. So those are our 2 books for today. I could do more. I wanted to add in the Wild Tribe Heroes books. I'll add a link to them. I'll add a link to them because they're also really powerful books to help children learn about some endangered animals, and also just how we're treating our environment and the powerful impact that's having on wildlife. So those are 2 more books. I might try and squeeze them in at the end of the week if I can. So there's at least 2 books every day, and we're looking at all different kinds of children's books. Today we looked at these 2 lovely monkey books, which are both true stories. That's why I picked those 2. So today is True Stories Day. And every day this week we're going to be looking at 2 different books. We won't always have a lovely assistant. My older 2 aren't keen to come on camera, which obviously is fine. But some of the books we've been looking at that they've been reading. So I have taken their opinions, even though they don't want to share them themselves. You'll just have to trust me that that's what they told me. So 2 wonderful monkey books, and we're thinking about true stories and the wonderful impact they have on children.